If you're sitting around the house and thinking, boy, you know what, I'd love to order in from my favorite restaurant, but the last thing I feel like doing is getting all dressed up and making my move. Well, Matt Maloney's company, Grubhub, is there for you. And he's here on Monsters and Money in the morning to tell us all about it. He is the CEO of the company. Matt, first of all, tell us a little bit about the company. Congratulations on a smashing success, I guess.
Thank you, Dan. Yeah, absolutely. It's Grubhub.com is a website. It's a service that lets you know all the restaurants that deliver to you, and then makes it very easy for you to go online and place your order over your computer or over the phone. So it's like you were saying, when you're sitting at home and you're on your couch, you don't want to get up and go out, you don't have time to cook, you want a nicely prepared meal from a restaurant. It's right there.
Okay, so everybody says it's Sunday night, what are we going to do? Chinese or pizza? Chinese or pizza or? So you go through that top drawer in your kitchen that's shoved with all the old men.
That's the old way.
Right.
That's the old way.
So now explain how this is different from, okay, what do we have?
All right,
Chinese
so
or
first
pizza?
of all, top line, we have over 11,000 restaurants that deliver.
Nice.
We're in every major market across the country. We started out here in Chicago. We were a neighborhood guide 5 years ago. We keep growing. We built the unit here in Chicago. We expanded. We took multiple rounds of VC. We keep growing. So we have every restaurant that delivers to you at your house online. So you can go there and then you look at our menus, which we keep up to date. We know which restaurants are open. We know which ones are closed that day. If they're having a problem with their delivery driver, they're off the site. They won't take an order that night.
So basically, you are the top drawer in my kitchen. I
We're
mean, that's what you are.
replacing
All the
your
menus
drawer.
go in there,
Absolutely.
and I go to that top drawer, which is you.
Right.
You've aggregated all these folks. You know
Right.
when they deliver and when they don't. And just by going to that one site, I can clear to anybody along the way.
Aspect. And then on top of that, we make it so much easier to order, because placing an online order is just easy. There's none of that lost in translation stuff that you're used to.
Exactly. Now, then everybody says, well, wait a minute, will that delay it at all? I mean, are they going to look at their computer order? Is it going to come just as fast? Is it going to come with their delivery person or your delivery? How does that work?
So it's always the restaurant's delivery. We don't want to get in between you and the restaurant. Now, the order, now that's really interesting, because you're exactly right. We could fire off an order to the restaurant and they just wouldn't see it because they're super busy, right? So what we do is we fire the order off, and then we have an automated call that calls into the restaurant, and every order is manually confirmed by someone in the restaurant. And if that doesn't happen, we have a customer service team almost 24/7 here in Chicago that calls that restaurant, you know, whether it's in Philly or whether it's in Los Angeles. They, did you get that order? Are you getting, are you getting Mike's Costa Rican?
Well, I'm a big fan of Costa Rican.
You should be. There's a great delivery Costa Rican.
Well, I was going to ask you this. If you live in the burbs, okay, I live in Park Ridge, okay, I live literally 1 minute. If I get in my car, I live 1 minute from Edison Park, which is a Chicago neighborhood. What's the suburban deal now? Are you going to incorporate that? And do you go over the line once in a while, the border, if you will, to deliver?
Right. We don't measure by political boundaries. It's really where the restaurants deliver to. So there's definitely restaurants in Edison Park that will deliver to you. Go on, give it a shot.
How about if it's a Gibson's and they don't deliver? Okay, and you want a steak from Gibson's, and you know what? I call you guys. Can you guys get Gibson's, who doesn't deliver, to deliver a steak?
We can for Gibson's. Now, if the restaurant is working with a service that delivers their food for them, then yes, they're on the site, absolutely. If it's a different restaurant, because there's other steakhouses that don't deliver, then we're out of luck.
Let me ask you a personal question, just before we get started.
exciting.
Here's a personal question. This company's 5 years old?
Yeah.
And so you were like 13 years old when you started it? Is that the deal?
14, but you know what I mean?
How old are you now?
We'll go mid-30s.
Okay, I just thought I'd get that in. I'm looking at the kid who's younger than my son. And
I got a little bit of powder on my face. It covers all.
A huge business story. So now we understand how it works. It's revolutionized that kitchen drawer. You've had several rounds of venture funding. Can you talk about the numbers, the financing in 5 years, where you started, what you started with, and how big it is now since it's national?
Yeah, well, let's just start out saying we placed over $40 million in restaurant delivery food last year. So this is a significant mover.
How much profit?
How much he doesn't have to tell it's a private company.
I don't have to tell
Well, you got to still ask. You don't just ignore it. How
when
much?
He's smiling and they're still investing.
I just want to know how much would be like food waste is 33% in the industry. How much is the profit?
We don't make 33% profit.
Give me a percentage. Give me a percentage.
We'll go round the age I was when I started the business.
That a boy. That a boy.
Hey, now, by the way, you're a University of Chicago guy?
Yep.
And where did you guys get this idea to do this?
You know what? My co-founder and I were working in another internet startup downtown. We were working there through the late bubble, and then we were just working late a lot and ordering the same delivery food, the same pizza from the same places. And
There
we're
you
sitting
go.
there like,
That's it.
we're the guys who can fix this. We can do this.
Good for you.
Did.
It's that
Rob,
light bulb moment.
Beautiful.
That's
excellent.
light bulb
You know what's interesting about, we were talking about the recession earlier and the poor economic climate. Now, think about this. We doubled last year. During that time, we put over $40 million in the hands of local restaurateurs. 90% of our restaurants are independent mom-and-pop places. So this is a big deal for them. One thing we've noticed is that consumers are actually dialing back. They're not going out and spending as much, not going to the restaurants, but they are ordering in because it's cheaper to order in. You can save on tax, you can save on transportation, you can save on the beer and alcohol big time.
Good timing.
So we're talking to restaurants, and they say, guys, you guys are taking care of us.
It's Grubhub.com.
Grubhub.com.
Congratulations.
Every major market.
Great idea, Matt. Thanks for
guys.
coming in. We appreciate it.